stellar honor guest, Dr. Fatin Aliana binti Mohommad Razi, as our esteemed lecturer.
Associate Professor Dr. Norshima binti Zainal Shah from National Defence University of Malaysia, UPNM, as our first speaker. Ms. Nurliyana binti Baudin, an alumni of 2010, B.Ed TESL, as our second speaker, who will be joining us after the break. Putri Nurfatihah binti Tuan Muhammad Zairul Hisham as the program coordinator, program director, respected lecturer who is working online.
Oh, and not to forget our hardworking committees and amazing audience who are willing to spend their Saturday morning with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to welcome you to ED 2417B webinar, Where to Next, Master's Degree or Career. I am Mohommad Fadzli bin Amdan, or you may call me Lee.
And I am Nurul Najihah binti Mohommad, or you can call me G. And we will be hosting for today's event. Dear audiences, before we proceed, I would like to invite Muhammad Salihin bin Muhammad Yusuf to recite the dua to ensure the smooth sailing of our webinar.
Assalamualaikum. Al-Fatihah.
So tak buat kamera ke so nanti?
Sudah buka kan? Nampak tak?
Buka.
Okay, nampak. Alright.
Okay.
Cuba try from the audience. So dapat nampak how it going to look.
Okay.
Okay. The
Maksudnya
audience
buang suara dulu ke macam mana ni?
Tengok muka kita berdua dulu. Ya, tunggu Aiman tengah ubah tu. Alamak. Kita cuba from the audience untuk biar nampak how we going to look.
Buang suara dulu.
Masuk. Unpin. Okay. Okay. Dear audience, blah blah blah. Okay. From the audience.
Dear audiences, before we proceed, I would like to invite Muhammad Salihin bin Muhammad Yusuf to recite a dua to ensure the smooth sailing of our webinar.
Time ni so Al-Fatihah lah kan?
Baca doa, yes.
So start. Al-Fatihah.
Amin ya. Yes. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you Salihin. Inshallah may we have a smooth webinar.
Now, before we continue, I would like to remind our audience at home that if you have any question regarding the webinar, you may do so in the Google link provided. And if somehow you may miss it, you may access it through our Telegram channel. Fret not will be your medium for today. Now, let's kick off today's webinar by showing some patriotism. Please join in from the safety of your home and be ready for our national anthem and wawasan setia warga UiTM. Oh, is it me or is it hot in here? That's what I call burning passion. G, did you know that our management team has a few postgraduates regarding today's topic?
Oh wow, it sounds interesting. Well, aren't you going to show it to me? Oh my god. Sorry. Oh.
Sebab I slow down my volume takut tiba dengar ada phone lah. Astaghfirullah, I totally forgot. Technical team, before the mic fizzle off, please play the video. In the meantime, the first Google Form attendance is available in the YouTube comment section, and it is also in our Telegram channel. Do fill in so your attendance will be accounted for.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Nama saya Nurliyana.
Is it me or the first participant is the actor in Shang-Chi? Well, regardless, thank you technical team.
So now, before we start, we would like to welcome Dr. Fatin to commentate for today's webinar by giving her speech.
Cuba tag seorang je macam tak ada. Tag my face ke macam seorang punya slot untuk dia bercakap. Sebab selalunya slot apa ni? Dia tak share screen kan? Selalunya lah untuk ucapan comment share.
Thank you, Dr. Fatin, for the heartwarming speech. Fadzli, I have a question. Since next semester will be our last semester for this degree study, so do you have any plans after that?
Well, I think I want to become a pro ML player under the name Jono. What about you, G?
Come on, Lee, be serious.
Well, truthfully, I think after degree, I might start working first, and then if I'm financially stable, maybe I will start thinking continuing my study. How about you?
I have the same plan too. I think of working first, then inshallah, if I still have the passion to study, then I will consider to do so. Well, since we are on this topic, I believe now is the best time to fully introduce both of our speakers. So our first speaker, she is a lecturer at National Defense University of Malaysia, UPNM, and did her PhD at Dublin City University on Humanities and Social Sciences. Associate Professor Dr. Norshima binti Zainal Shah. Welcome to our webinar, Doctor.
Even though she's not here yet, but I believe our audience should know our second speaker. She is a graduate of UiTM Shah B.Ed TESL 2010 and is currently the Managing Director of Boutique Roti Maria, an English proficiency lecturer at Tokyo Japanese Institute, and Chief Training Officer at Brain Jam Global Academy. Miss Nurliyana binti Baudin. We are truly lucky to be able to learn from both of them, and maybe I could get some pastry from Miss Nurliyana. Inshallah, their knowledge can be useful to us too.
All right, so without further ado, drum roll please. Please welcome our first speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Norshima binti Zainal Shah, presenting the first slot entitled Why Pursuing Master Should Be a Priority.
Muka 3 slot lah.
Okay. A million thank you to you, Dr. Norshima, for taking your time educating us regarding one of our options after degree.
Now, please don't go. Please don't go. The show is not over. We will go into 5-minute break and then we'll continue with Miss Nurliyana with the second slot, working after degree, navigate better future. While you at it, please hit the like and subscribe button to our YouTube channel. Every support is much appreciated.
Dah ada yang join ke ni YouTube kita?
Welcome back. I hope everyone managed to unwind as well as I did. Dah 9:45, I think okay lah, kita dah boleh nampak kan flow.
Good. I will start. Ladies and gentlemen, as the webinar will begin shortly, we would like to remind you to switch off your microphone and remain seated. We thank you for your patience. In the meantime, we would like to remind everyone that e-certificate will be given through the Telegram channel. So please don't leave the channel yet. And for those who haven't yet joined in, please do so, yeah. Your support is much appreciated. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that the webinar will begin momentarily. Kindly be ready and thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to our stellar honor guest, Dr. Fatin Aliana binti Mohommad Razi as our esteemed lecturer.
Associate Professor Dr. Norshima binti Zainal Shah from National Defense University of Malaysia, UPNM, as our first speaker. Miss Nurliyana binti Baudin and Alumni of 2010 B.Ed TESL as our second speaker, who will be joining us after the break. Putri Nur Fatihah binti Tuan Muhammad Zairul Hisham as the Program Director, respected lecturer who is watching online.
Oh, and not to forget our hardworking committees and amazing audience who are willing to spend their Saturday morning with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to welcome you to ED 2417B webinar, Where to Next, Master's Degree or Career. I am Fadzli bin Amdan, or everyone here may call me Lee.
And I am Nurul Najihah binti Mohommad, or you can call me G, and we will be hosting for today's event. Dear audiences, before we proceed, I would like to invite Muhammad Salihin bin Muhammad Yusuf to recite a dua to ensure the smooth sailing of our webinar.
Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi, the Lord of the world. Peace and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, companion, and for those who follow his example until the day of judgment. Today, we assemble to express our gratitude for your priceless bounties. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. We seek your blessing for the journey of the ceremony today and a flawless progress of this event from the start until the end. Indeed, you know that we are here want to gain your knowledge, which is very wide, in order to develop our knowledge as your servant who of His will. So we seek your blessing for our gathering this morning. Ya Latif, Ya Rahman, please bless us with your tawfiq and hidayah. Please guide UiTM to greatness, peace, glory, and prosperity in this world and human being. Grant us with valuable knowledge that will be beneficial to mankind. Shine our heart with your light and guidance. Hopefully, with it, we can easily accept, appreciate, and practice it. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ahlihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Salihin. Inshallah, may we have a smooth webinar.
Before we continue, I would like to remind our audience at home that if you have any question, you may do so in the Google form link provided in the YouTube comment section. And if you miss it, you may access it in our Telegram channel. Fret not will be your medium for today. Now, let's kick off the webinar by showing some patriotism. Please join in from the safety of your home and be ready for our national anthem and wawasan setia warga UiTM. Oof, is it me? Was it hot in here? That's what I call burning passion. Now, G, do you know that our management team asked a few graduates about their opinion on today's topic?
Oh, wow. It sounds interesting. Well, are you going to show it to me?
Astaghfirullah, I totally forgot. Technical team, before the vibe fizzle off, please play the video. In the meantime, the first Google Form attendance is available in the YouTube comment section. And if you also miss it, you can catch it in our Telegram channel. Do fill in so your attendance will be accounted for.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Nama saya Nurliyana binti dan saya merupakan graduan kos audiologi dari University Sains Malaysia Kampus Kesihatan. Sekarang saya telah bekerja sebagai audiologist di Dr. Hearing and Speech Center. So, pathway yang saya pilih selepas habis degree adalah masuk ke alam pekerjaan. Jadi, kenapa saya pilih untuk masuk ke alam pekerjaan? Bagi saya, dua-dua pathway adalah baik atas individu tu lah, apa dia punya goal dan matlamat dia selepas habis degree. So saya punya matlamat adalah untuk mendapat lebih banyak exposure dalam reality life, di mana saya, sebab course saya melibatkan terlibat dengan pesakit, kena handle pesakit yang mempunyai masalah pendengaran. Jadi bila saya masuk ke alam pekerjaan, saya dapat exposure yang lebih, iaitu dengan ada hands on directly melalui pesakit saya sendiri, dan saya dapat berjumpa macam-macam jenis pesakit, dan saya dapat membina lebih social skills, life skills, macam mana nak tangani cara masalah-masalah pesakit yang mempunyai masalah pendengaran. Dan mungkin orang yang untuk menyambung master, dia akan memperoleh knowledge yang lebih melalui teori ataupun klinikal. Cuma bila masuk alam pekerjaan, benda praktikal tu mungkin lebih berbanding di alam master lah. Itu pendapat saya. So itu pendapat saya kenapa saya sambung bekerja selepas degree. Okay, sekian, terima kasih.
My name is Fatimah binti Baudin. Bachelor of Science with Chemistry from University Science Malaysia. I'm as a research assistant, or known as RA, for one of my university. We are tend to having prefer to work situations, it is advisable to straightforward find a proper job after graduate. But if you're interested in learning more and gaining more knowledge, so it is advisable to take further further masters. Yeah.
Now, is it me or the first participant is opening some kind of kung fu move? Hiya! Regardless, thank you, technical team.
So now, before we start, we would like to welcome Dr. Fatin to commentate for today's webinar by giving her speech.
All right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, moderators, Najihah and Fadzli. So I'd like to start my speech. It's not going to be a long speech, just a short one. First of all, I'd like to thank our distinguished speakers, Dr. Norshima from University Pertahanan, as well as Ms. Nurliyana, our alumni, or Flower, we call her. Thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this webinar and to be part of this student-led project for the EDU 630 professional development course. And thank you again for sacrificing your Saturday also to be with us, as well as just to be a part of this student-led project. Yeah. So if I may also introduce this project, the objective of this student-led webinar is to equip our students, of course, with the management skills. In organizing webinar, in organizing events, in which it is going to be useful later on when they enter the job market, as well as this is also to hone not just their leadership skills, to hone not just their management skills, but also their leadership skills. And then lastly, I think it's not too early for me to congratulate the group for being here and to manage in inviting the speakers, as well as in organizing this webinar. And inshallah, we all pray for the success of this webinar, and hopefully everything will go smooth as planned, inshallah. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Fatin, for the heartwarming speech just now. Lee, I have a question. So since next semester will be our last semester for this degree study, so do you have any plans after that?
Well, since I would say I'm decent in Mobile Legends, I think I want to dedicate myself to becoming a pro player. What's the life?
Oh, come on, Fadzli, be serious.
Well, truthfully, I think after degree, I would try working first, trying becoming a teacher, and maybe after I am financially stable, I would maybe consider continuing my study. How about you, G?
I have the same plan too. I think of working first, then inshallah, if I still have the patience to study, then I will consider to do so. Well, since we are on this topic, I believe now is the best time to fully introduce both of our speakers. So our first speaker, she is a lecturer at National Defence University of Malaysia, UPNM, and did her PhD at Dublin City University on Humanities and Social Sciences. Associate Professor Dr. Norshima binti Zainal Shah. Welcome to our webinar, Doctor.
Thank you.
Even though she's not here yet, but I believe our audience should know our second speaker. She is a graduate of UiTM Shah Alam B.Ed TESL 2010 and is currently the Managing Director of Boutique Roti Maria, the English Proficiency Lecturer at Teikyu Japanese Institute, and Chief Training Officer at Brain Jam Global Academy, Miss Nurliyana binti Baudin. We are truly lucky to be able to learn from both of them, and maybe I could get a few pastry from Miss Nurliyana. Inshallah, their knowledge can be useful to us too.
All right, so without further ado, drum roll please. Please welcome our first speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Norshima binti Zainal Shah, presenting the first lot entitled Why Pursuing Master Should Be a Priority.
Firstly, thank you, dear moderators, MC, Lee and G, right? Okay, respectable UiTM lecturer, Dr. Fatin Aliana Muhammad Razi. Assalamualaikum. Beloved audience, students who are future leaders of tomorrow. Firstly, let me introduce myself. Okay. I am Norshima, a lecturer with the Language Center UPNM, and also Aiman's mother. I consider myself as very lucky to be invited to be here with all of you, because actually I have something in common with all of you. I am also a graduate in B.Ed TESL, right? So before I start my part, I have invited two of my master students to share their perspective on why they decided to start their masters immediately after completing their degree. All right. Please welcome the first one, Miss Aisha Akila Muhammad Fauzi.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can clearly hear you, Miss Aisha.
It's a bit awkward because my camera is on my keyboard. So it's a bit awkward like this. So okay. Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I am Aisha Akila and currently I am in third semester of my master degrees in education. So firstly, a master's is one of my dream list. So the reason behind it was during high school, I can say it was a typical Asian mother where my mom wanted me to become a medical doctor. But when I grew older, so during matriculation, she didn't force me to become one anymore. But somehow I said to myself, I still want to be a doctor, but in a different way, which is why I continue my study. So that's the general, the reason behind it. So why am I pursuing my master degree straight after my bachelor degree? So the reason is at that time, Malaysia was still in pandemic period. So where people lost their job. So I sought advice from my mom. Do I need to find a job at that time or continue my study? So she said that it was better to continue my study at that time. So then besides that is kind of this uh it is kind of investment in my life to earn more money with a master degree. So by the time I have finished my study, hopefully the chance of landing a job will be higher when I first starting my master back then in January 2021. So that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Asha Akila. Well, I have, a mother who is very challenging, very demanding, and I try not to be like that with my own children. Right now, let me call upon another student who just started in the first semester, Miss Nur Shafika Abdul Aziz. Shafika, please.
Assalamualaikum. You can't see me, right? So I think there's something wrong with my camera. Okay. Okay. I'll just stop the video because you can only see the background instead of me. Okay. Assalamualaikum and good morning. I am Nur Shafika binti Abdul Aziz, a master student under Dr. Norshima's supervision. I graduated last year and attended my convocation last month. I enrolled in my master's degree early this year in January. Currently in my first semester, I am doing a full-time research, same as Ms. Akila, Aisha Akila, which I'm taking education. My initial intention for pursuing my study is because I want to be the first in my family to hold that master's degree. I want to make my parents proud of me. They were the ones who convinced me to further my study after I had done my bachelor's degree, because nowadays the competition for employability is getting tougher. I am self-financed, not really self because my parents paid for my education. That's why I want to show them that the money they spend on me is worth it. It's not cheap doing a master's degree. So besides my parents, Dr. Norshima also plays a role in my decision to do my master's degree. She managed to convince me that I won't be alone doing this. She will guide me all the way, and so far she has kept her words. Whenever I feel like I can't do it, she encouraged me, told me that I can, and trust me. So if you consider furthering your study, do find a supervisor who can support you all the way and the one to who you can talk. So supervisors and co-supervisors play a big role during your study, especially if you choose a research mode like me. I would be lying if I didn't think having a master's degree means a higher salary. I do. I also thought about how some organizations prefer work experience more than educational qualifications. And the thought of unemployment really scares me. But at the end of the day, I want to do this for myself. I believe in Allah's plan. This so far has turned out great for me. I do have planned to work in educational organization, but if it doesn't work, I'll just get my PhD and try again. So I think that is all for my sharing this morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, now you've heard it from two of my students, yeah, why they pursue their master's degree rather than search for a job after a degree. Right, now it's my time, okay. At first, I actually didn't prepare a slide I don't want this session to be like I'm delivering a lecture with slides, but I have one slide which I will only share with you the last 10 minutes, right? So the first thing I think it will benefit you if you know a little bit of my background. Right. I like Aisha Akila, right? Parents at that time, almost all parents at that time wanted their children to become medical doctors. Okay. So I got into University Malaya doing asasi perubatan. Yeah. But I did not make the grades to actually join Faculty of Medicine. Okay. So I got into the science faculty, which was really, not what I want to do. And I didn't study. I went for classes, but normally I became backbenchers. Yeah. I went out a lot being in KL. I didn't go for exams and I was kicked out from the university. No, I wasn't kicked out. The university said, we'll send you to UiTM, do something else. And they offered me accountancy. But I don't like numbers. Although my grades, my maths grades were very good, I don't like numbers and I don't want to do accountancy. And for your information, I applied UiTM too. And UiTM offered accountancy as well. So I didn't like it. And I worked, right? This is way before Aiman was born. And I worked as a cashier at Metro Jaya Jalan Silang. Yeah. But that experience working, with SPM, I didn't like it. I can do more. I didn't like it. So my mom, my challenging, demanding mom, registered for me without my knowledge to go into teachers training college in Ulu Kinta. First I got it in Kuala Lumpur, but they thought that Kuala Lumpur is not good for me. I will have friends, I will go out, I will not study. So they changed the venue to Ulu Kinta, Perak. And I think that cert in teachers training is the best thing that happened to me. It was that time I discovered how important education is. I mean, you can play games, you can, you want to go to clubs, yeah, you want to have friends, you want to mengetih, you can. But the value of, I learned that during my teachers training college. And at that time, it was only certificate in teachers training college in English, yeah. And English at that time, in my class, there are 2 classes of English teachers. Yeah, you can count how many Malays. In my class, there are only 2 Malays, and the rest are all Indians. And there was huge competition. Yeah, we want to be the best, right? And I studied, and I did very well. Yeah, I became the best teachers training. Yeah, I won the award. And I got into school. And in school, with that qualification, I got paid 440 ringgit. That was my first, my first pay was 440 ringgit plus. And if you have SPM, that's the pay. And if you have STPM, it's another pay. It's a higher pay. It's a better pay. And you have a degree, it's a better pay. So I wasn't happy, right? Why do I have to stay in school? I work late sometimes. When I hold exam classes, I come, give extra lessons and all. But I'm lowly. My pay was low, so I decided that I will register for a degree, right? Part time. I did it part time. Without sponsorship, with that 440 ringgit. I know at that time a degree cost lesser than now, but I did that. While working, I did my degree. Then when I got my degree, and I said to myself, like when the degree finished, yeah, I didn't, I mean, I had a lot of, time. So I said, oh, I can't be like doing nothing. I have to do something, So I registered myself for a master's, and I was teaching. I was teaching in school, yeah, from primary school to secondary school. And with that master's, I got to get into Academy Tentera Malaysia. Before it was Academy Tentera Malaysia. I upgraded to University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia in 2017. All right. So if we can pre-conclude here, yeah, why did I do my master's? Why did I do my master's straight away after completing my degree? What was the reason? Can anybody answer that?
I think what I heard, your reason was you feel like what you have right now is not enough. You have bigger dreams or strive for something bigger.
All right. Can I ask another question? Why do I have, what is the motivation behind that dream? What is the motivation behind that dream? Why do you think I have that? Can she answer? Can she intelligently guess?
Maybe because your environment during your degree study. Yes, degree study. Maybe.
I guess that's correct also, right? But students, you must understand, yeah. When I started my bachelor, I was already married. When I started my cert, in fact, I was already with the child, yeah. And I have children, yeah, as as time goes by. And when you are in the education system, yeah, when you mix with other teachers, other lecturers, yeah, the environment to play a role, right? Everybody's doing masters, everybody's doing PhD, everybody's doing degree. Okay, so this will take us to the first reason that I want all students to yes, money was a priority, right? Well, I need more money. I'm not talking about, I want to be a millionaire. No, I need for, how do you say it in Malay, kemandirian, yeah, to survive. The children will they will not stay as babies. They grow up. They need money, and we are, as parents, we are responsible. And what are the ways? I thought of, I'm good at making cakes. I'm good at making traditional cakes. When I was doing my PhD in Dublin, I had orders like 300 curry puffs. But I tried that. It's very difficult. You have to commit. If you are in the food industry, you have to have something else. If compared for me, if you compare giving extra classes or part-time lectures to preparing curry puffs, yeah, to me, giving lectures is easier. You see the choice, the choice that we have to make in life. So which brings us to actually my first point. I want everybody to, even though I don't have many points, but I want students to really understand. Number one, the reason why I pursue my studies and continue until doctorate, and even now thinking of doing another PhD, is because I love myself. Okay, every morning I would tell myself that I love myself. So should all of you. If you love yourself, yeah, automatically you will do only good things for yourself, right? And you can never love other people if you don't love yourself first. Like I always yell to Aiman, right? Have your shower. Have your shower. You love yourself. You want yourself to be clean. All right. Assignments, Aiman. Do your assignments. I want him to love himself. So he does his assignment early in time and he will get good results, good marks, and he will feel good about himself. Though it sounds very simple, yeah, one should really understand why one should love yourself. I almost died in 2017, right? In fact, in the Al-Quran, it says that, yeah, when you are at the, I mean, where you are at the last moment, yeah, one thing that will surely go in your head is that, have I done enough? It is not, you will not think of all the things that you have, you have achieved. You want oh, I have a PhD. When you are dying, say, oh, I have a PhD. No, you will think, God, I'm living, it's time, this is the time. I'm leaving the world now. I mean, I want to do more. What will happen to my children? What will happen to my, my cats? What will happen to my students? Have I done enough? So if you want my advice, if a master's means that, you you gain, yeah, you are doing that for yourself, then do it. There's no issue of, I have financial problem. Remember me, my pay was only 440. Kalau niat kita bagus, baik, betul, yeah, you don't worry. You don't worry about money, Now I have students, I'm not, but I have students who have difficulty. Yeah, we try. And if kalau betul, ya, dia tak ada duit, dia akan datang rezeki itu. Believe me. Alright? Okay. So, any response to that? From anyone?
Actually, Doctor, I can totally relate to that when you said your life was at the end. Because my classmate Nur, until recently I was diagnosed with a disease, and when during that time, yeah, like you said, is the deed that I did, is it sufficient enough? Not to get me to heaven, like to be,
yeah,
in Melayu macam tinggalkan belang di dunia gitulah. I feel like I need to do something more, and yeah, I totally totally can relate to that.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. I mean, in education itself, yeah, just the cognitive part, yeah, listening to something and just understanding is not, I mean, you should get that, but when you can apply, when you can relate, yeah, that's good. You have reached, if talking from, critical thinking view, right? Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, that's this myth. I call it a myth going around. Yeah, people say, well, kenapa you nak belajar? Tak belajar pun boleh dapat ribu-riban, boleh jadi kaya raya. Tengok orang yang buat business makeup tu semua-semua kan. Tengok orang yang main apa, okta. I wouldn't know. Every time yang trading, but I'm not against, yeah. If you have, maybe you have your family ada business menanam cendawan ke or bakery ke, I'm not against that. Okay, but people, yeah, yang berjaya, yeah, without paper qualification, but how many people berjaya dengan without paper qualification? You tell me. How many jual makeup, barang, all the foundation, all the tu yang how many? And sampai bila? Huh? Sampai bila? I think you can, what they portray, what is uploaded in your YouTube. I mean, those successful ones. But have you heard from the not successful ones who has keluarkan modal yang berjuta-juta ringgit but not successful? I mean, hasn't it crossed your mind that you need so many things to be successful like that? Okay, all right. Because I have encountered people who's I know yang my friend, my so-called friend yang started a tudung business, and she put on Facebook saying that what, tak perlu pun saya tak perlu pun buat masters. I mean, if you are successful, why do you have to say things like that? Why do you still kaitkan dengan, I mean, what's the connection? Unless she feels that she is losing something not doing masters, right? What do you think? I mean, this is true story. I have friends who are successful doing business. Yeah, I'm not against them, right? But in one of her posting, she actually wrote, why do I need to do a master's when I can, now I can, buy Mercedes, I can buy houses. I mean, and I was reflecting, what does she have against people doing masters? I mean, we are together in Teachers Training College. I mean, I am happy that you are making lots of money, right? You see, you must think of that too. Yeah. Okay. What about working? Yeah. If you straight away work, well, I also worked straight away after my degree, right? So it's good. And maybe it's a different kind of the experience of meeting people. When you do your masters, you meet people also. You meet people during conference. You meet people when you're collecting data. You meet people. Yeah. What's the difference between, you learn to do to manage things? Yeah. Well, doing a master's too, we can you can have webinars like this. You can I mean, according to your field or topic of your research, you can, like, if you are doing something on community service or what, you can mix with people with stroke or other diseases. You see, I mean, it's a different kind of environment, although there are some similar things that you encounter during both masters and working. Okay, so that's the second one. Yeah, I call it a myth. Yeah, a myth saying that you can be successful. I mean, it's true. You can be successful without paper qualification. You can be successful without masters. It's true, right? It's true, right? But you are going to have a master's, right? That is, to me, better. You work and you do your master's part time. You have extra masters. You work. I worked and I go for my master's. I have extra. Okay. The third and the last, before I share my slide, is paper qualification. Yeah. Okay. Let's say I have $5,000. Yeah, in my lifetime. Okay, I have $5,000 in my hands. Okay, I have to choose whether I want to spend. I don't have extra, just this $5,000. Okay, I have to choose whether I want to spend this $5,000 to register for my masters, or I want to buy a designer handbag, sling bag. Okay, LV, ke Prada, ke whatever. Right. What's the difference between these two? Okay. Well, let me share this. Okay, if you buy something, you invest or you buy something material, the bag, one day it rained and it got soaked, or you fell and you tore your back, right? Or you're walking and someone snatched the bag from you, it's taken away from you, and you ran and you cannot catch up with him to take your bag back. All right. So a master's, right? If you have a master's, if you have a degree, you have a master's, if you have a PhD, I don't think anybody can take that away from you. I mean, people, at UPNM, people, when I meet people every day, most of them will call me Kak Shima. I don't mind, people call me ma'am, or in fact, if you call me Shima, it's okay. But my PhD, my master's, my degree is intact. Nobody can take that. It's like priceless. It's like priceless, students. Don't you want something priceless? Nobody can take away from you, right? It is not just the certificate. It is what comes with the certificate. All the experiences, the formal experiences, attending classes, being scolded by the lecturer, doing webinars like this, comes with the certificate. It's priceless. Okay, all right. So if I have to decide again now, 2nd of July, 10:45. Will I do my master's after a degree? It's 110% yes. Okay, students? All right. Okay. Before I share my slide, any response from what you have just heard? Anyone? Okay.
Can I respond? I think when you said about the founders or your friend degrading master holders, I think it is really relatable to the current issue right now, because as someone who is passionate in education, I find it funny why people choose to downgrade having higher education because of money. So I don't see the correlation in having money equals to happiness or equals to success, because I think having an education, having knowledge is much more important compared to money.
True. Very true. All right. All right. I respect. Yeah, you have to listen to people's opinion and respect. But it does not mean that you have to totally agree. Yeah, you are the master of your own self, right? If somebody says the opposite, if somebody says, yeah, you need money with money, but that does not give anybody the authority to condemn, and I think education is the best place. Yeah, the culture of people in education is almost never like that. Yeah, that's why. And one more thing is just that I know many of you will not agree to this, but I personally find exam very interesting, because I mean, I look forward to an exam because I want to test myself. It is not, uh, which means that, for exams, if you study, you will have exams, right? You have vivas and things like that. So exams to me, it's very sort of, very motivating, very interesting, very sexy here to me. I mean, it's to test myself. In all the time that I've stayed during, attended classes and all, yeah. And I don't know why, because every time I get exam results, it sorts of motivate me to be better, to do more, just yesterday, we have this Sapphire, yeah. So the director was telling everybody that, you have to sit for tests, and most of my friends like, oh, I mean, we are already 55, why do we have to sit? I I was like, I wanted to raise my hands. I want to do the test because I like exams. Okay. All right. Can I share my slides now? Can I share screen now? You cannot share screen while others is participating. Okay. Okay. I wonder if I play the slides, will it go? All right. Can you see that? Okay. Master. All right. Thank you. Master's degree or career. Okay, what is a master's degree? You know, it is some kind of academic award after you have to complete your degree first before continuing to your master's degree. So and so. And we have done this. You have heard from Aisha Akila and Nur Shafika, both my master students. And if you have finished your degree and you want to join us in UPNM, you may do so, right? You know me. I'm Aiman's mother. You know my address, and you get my number from him. So I have also another daughter with you all in a second year. Yeah. Well, I have always wanted to study in UiTM, but I do not know why I didn't get it, because when I was working in Metro Jaya, Jalan Silang, you know, I applied twice, but I wanted to be a stenographer. Actually, when I got kicked out from MU, I wanted to be a secretary, but at that time we don't get what we want to be, you know. Every time it came back, it was offering me accountancy. So there goes my chance in studying in UiTM. Okay, you have heard of my experience. Okay, this one. Okay, reasons why. 7 reasons here. Actually, it's from you know, the link down here, right? After doing a degree, let's say you are doing B.Ed TESL, right? A master's will push you, yeah, put you a higher level, at a higher level of your knowledge. That is what it means, a master your knowledge. Okay, and also when you are doing your masters, right? You get to choose. I mean, B.Ed TESL is a huge, yeah, a field, right? What do you want to do? Uh, is it assessment? Is it something to do with bilingualism, or maybe socialistics, or intercultural communication? So many things, yeah. So you get to master your knowledge, right? The second one is make great connections that will help you in future. Definitely, you know, if one were to say talk about friends, I think I have so many friends, because you see, I went into teachers training college, so I have this WhatsApp group, teachers, all teachers. So if I have anything to do with teaching or schools, I'll go to that WhatsApp group. Okay, I also have my university friend. So any problems, yeah, my students or my students cannot distribute questionnaires, I have that WhatsApp group, you know, because I have friends from the universities and from other universities. So when you are doing your studies, masters, you can network, okay? You get connections, you know people, right? So earn more money with a master's. I told you all my experience. My master's SPM dengan SPM jadi cikgu RM440. How can one, maybe at that time, yeah, how can one survive with RM440 now, right? So earn more money. So if you come to the university, you want to work with the university, you will get in as DG, you know, DG Guru Bahasa. Yeah, if you compare to DS45 lecturer with a master's, it's different. So you definitely earn more pay with a master's. All right. A master's degree enhances your personal development. Okay, that is similar with make great connection and master your knowledge. Yeah, you when you're doing your masters, you will, you know, you will get to be a better person. yeah, mixing with other students doing masters, yeah, talking to lecturers and meeting other people when you're attending conferences, right? Meeting people when you are distributing your questionnaire, right? Okay, switch your area or careers with a master. One thing about doing master, let's say now you are doing B.Ed TESL, right? Teaching, you emphasize on pedagogy. Okay, let's say you want to do in communication. Yeah, masters in something to do with communication. You want to work with Astro, you want to work with TV network. So you sort of can switch your area or careers when you decide to do a masters. Number 6, accelerate your career growth as a master. I think that does not have to be explained. Be part of the best team. Yeah, you like what Shavika said, when you want to do a master's, find a supervisor who has a team. Actually my area of what I do is what I think I do best is on critical thinking, because I I love, to see sometimes when students answer immediately, I will assess them whether they think before they speak or not. Right? So, so those are some reasons, 7 reasons from here, yeah, why a master should be your choice after a degree. All right. Okay. Have I exceeded my time?
No.
So how many minutes do I have? How do I unshare this? Aiman, have I unshared it or not? Okay, so I have until 11:15. Okay, I'll take questions. Come.
Najihah, do you want to do the honor?
I think we have question for speaker for doctor. So this question is from one of our participants. So when it comes to the fees, I think most of us know that pursuing masters cost more than we pay for degree and diploma. So do you think this can be one of the reasons students prefer to work more than pursuing master? So
Okay. As I've said, yeah, when I was doing my masters, okay, my pay was only 440 ringgit. Yeah, my first pay, right? My first pay as a primary school teacher. Okay, and I am the kind who does not like to ask from my parents. Yeah, I don't. In fact, until forever, okay, I will not ask for my parents, because I think parents have sacrificed a lot for us. Up until when we are doing our degree, they have sacrificed too much, and it is unfair and unkind to burden them. Okay, when I want to do my masters. All right. If we talk about money, students, money will never be enough. Money will never be enough. Um, you reach out if you don't have the you can. Now I think it is better, the scenario is better. There's so many scholarships or loans you can take up, my brain and such. Yeah, you can take up if you are really interested in doing a master's. And I don't see that as a reason why students, maybe students don't want to do a master's immediately after a degree because they have suffered 4 years. They can't imagine doing more immediately after. Yeah, but doing a master's is totally different from doing a degree. I promise you that. I enjoyed myself to the fullest when I was doing my master's, although there are some downfall. I want to share with you, one experience. I was doing my master's, and the class is critical thinking. That's my favorite class. And the lecturer said something, but he said something, and I disagree. And I raised my hand and stood up and said, it is what you have just said. I think it's supposed to be blah 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 blah. And my lecturer actually, in front of the whole lecture hall, look at me and said, it's just because you think you are doing a master's now, you can correct me. I had tears in my eyes, but that does not stop it does not demotivate me to continue my master's, right? So all this experience. And back to the finance, do I think students don't want to do their masters because they think work will give them money? I cannot answer that, but I want you all to know that money is never enough. Okay, and if you have money, good. So maybe you will consider using it in a good way. Doing a master's is a good thing. It gives you knowledge and more information and experience. Is definitely good. And if you are afraid that it will bog you with more assignments, no, it's different. It is not the same as doing a degree. All right. So consider that. Okay. And I want to share another experience with you. I wouldn't say money problem. I always try to be positive, so much so that people say, how can you be so positive, doctor? I always term my challenges as blessing. But I want to share one incident which happened to me. I was doing my PhD in Dublin. We didn't have a lot of money while I was studying. My allowance was 1,125 euro. That is equivalent to, if you times 4, like satu bulan saya dapat 4,000 5,000 dari kerajaan Malaysia. Terima kasih kerajaan Malaysia. Okay, but my flat itself, the small flat that I shared with 4 children, including Aiman, when he was small, is 1,200 something. It's more than my allowance. So we didn't have, my next allowance will come in another 2 or 3 days, right? So myself and my husband, we didn't have money to put food on the table. It was susah, very challenging. And we came down the steps, from the flat down. It was already winter. It was snowing a little bit. And I was already in tears. My students. This is a true story. You will not hear it anywhere else, okay? I hugged my husband and said, oh, I do not know what to do. I have no money, okay? And then suddenly the wind blew and I felt it at my feet, at my foot, a 20 euro note. It's a true story. It may sound like, but it's true. So don't worry so much about money. I don't think if you have money, you should put it as, money should be a priority in life in the first place. And if you want to study, it's a good cause. It's good for you. It's good for everybody. Kalau orang Malaysia pandai-pandai semua, bagus untuk negara. I've been told my foreign friends that they are surprised. Datang kat Malaysia ni, dia kata, people are so clever. They are surprised, especially the women. And I told them that is because Malaysia spent a lot of our budget money for education. All right, which is not happening in other countries. So my friend actually told me that she found that women in Malaysia are better education-wise. They can carry intellectual conversation, even the makcik, by the roadside. And she was surprised. That's very good. Okay, don't worry about money. All right, other questions?
All right, Doctor, I have a question. This one, I found it very interesting. Yeah. The question is in Malay. Sekiranya seseorang itu sudah agak terputus asa untuk mencari kejayaannya, adakah dengan perusahaan menyambung kepada master, saya boleh ada semangat untuk berjaya untuk to build myself? That's basically the question. Can I build myself after I continue my master?
That's a very, I can touch a lot of things on that. Yeah. Myself, as a lecturer, as a mother, as an individual, yeah. At the first place, we should never putus asa, right? Berputus asa. We should always, if everything goes bad for you, kan, kita always remind ourselves that it is already written up there. And because Allah itu Maha Adil, Maha Pemurah, Maha Pemaaf, things will change, right? You can either keep quiet, right, or you can either act on whatever you are not happy with. That's the first thing. Jangan berputus asa, because saya selalu ingatkan diri saya that whatever situation I am so lucky, I am so lucky to be here to share with you my experiences. I'm so lucky to even if I drive a small Myvi, I'm lucky because there are other people who are worse than us, right? I sometimes when I get my pay, the balance of my pay after paying all my installments is like, I said I have 3,000, like I said, and I mean I have to really monitor that so that I can make ends meet. And it crossed my mind, if somebody in Malaysia, they have like gaji dia 2,000 saja, and how would they survive? Am I not lucky to actually have per se 3,000-4,000? I'm lucky. If you want to do your masters because you want to feel good about yourself, you want to motivate, you want to have that I'm doing something. If you ask me that, well, a masters, itu ialah commitment. When you register for it, you can commit. Even though I say like it's different from doing a degree, of course you have to work, especially if you do research. Semua research, whole 100% research, you have to commit, meaning you have to do it. It is not like every 3 months your supervisor will check, come assessment test, come see. No, you are on your own, and if you find you have difficulties, then only you go to your supervisor, right? So whether a masters can make you gain self-esteem, if you do well, of course it can. If you just register and you do nothing, you do nothing, because I also have students who registered who are with me already 2 years and they produce nothing. If you do well, now of course it can motivate you to become a better person. If you do nothing during the masters, you just register and you just you just read, and you do nothing, then you will feel bad, right? I mean, you have paid and you are not doing it, then you will feel bad. Okay, does that answer, Lee? Okay.
Yes, I believe that would answer the question. Thank you, Doctor.
Do we have another question, or I want to conclude?
Najihah, do you have one more question?
I think this will be the last one.
Okay.
Hello, I want to ask. I'm actually considering taking my master's after my degree. However, I don't think it is a really good choice considering my family's current situation. If I actually get posted after my degree, are there any pros or cons that will affect me if I get my master after working and not directly after my degree?
Okay, thank you for the question. Right. Um, first and foremost, when you keep yourself close to education, yeah, like you continue, you still have, uh, it actually sorts of guide you. Yeah, you don't deviate. Let's say, you will be teachers, right? So I was like you also before. I was also I started working first before deciding to do my masters. Yeah, so maybe the question just now, maybe she says that where I was posted to this place, that I've never heard before, and my mom, we had to stop 2 or 3 times to before there was we don't have GPS, right? So to this place, Felda Purun. Any of you? Felda Purun is Gagasan Bera. It's between Negeri Sembilan and Pahang. So we had to stop 3 times to send me to the place. Yeah, and when I went there, like when my mother left, I was in tears. She left me at this rumah papan Felda, orang peneroka. Yeah, and activity there 5 o'clock dah semua dah tutup. I mean, nothing happens after 5 o'clock. People go back to the house. Yeah. So your friend is afraid when she get posted, yeah, and then because of parents' situation, and the question is it okay if she doesn't do her masters when she's posted, but after, all right? Well, things happen for me because I mean nobody, kita ni semua tak sama, tak sama, nama pun tak sama, fingerprint pun tak sama, background pun tak sama, parents pun tak sama, ya, past experiences pun tak sama. So I cannot like answer that straight, but I can advise you, right? Just having that motivation that one day I will get my masters, that's good enough. All right, and then you will find another day to put action to that. Yeah, you can work, right, but being teaching, yeah, will put you in a place where nanti you can jumpa dengan kawan you yang nak buat masters. You will have that motivation. Don't worry, as teachers, because I've worked as a teacher for 12 years, so I know people compete, and then when you have children, wah, anak tak tahu ni, anak masuk universiti, then the mother wants to upgrade herself. All right, so don't worry. Yeah, you can do it straight away. You can do it too. You can not do it straight away. You can do it part-time like I did. You can do it straight away like my students. You can work first like, the second speaker, but have, understand kenapa continuing education, lifelong learning too is important. It's for the soul. It's for, because you have to suka benda-benda yang bagus di pursuing your masters. Alright? Okay?
Dr. Shima, hi.
Hi.
Okay, maybe one question that the students forgot to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better to do masters by coursework or masters by full research, because some would say that if you want to do full research, it's better for you to have a little bit of experience. Some would say, doing coursework is better. Like I did mine coursework, and I find it's more beneficial doing coursework because you get to go to courses, you get classes, and see friends who will motivate you as well. But some would say if you do by research, then it will prepare you for your PhD later. So what do you think on that?
Thank you, Dr. Fatin, right? Because tak keluar muka kat sini. Dr. Fatin, right?
Yes.
Oh, to tell you the truth, when I did my masters in UPM, at that time there was this by course, semua by course, buat course, lepas tu exam, yeah, and the exam too, like you have one stretch, and like I said, I love exam, so I didn't have a problem with that. Whether one should do masters by course or masters by research. In UPNM itself, if you choose masters by research and you are weak in certain areas, like you're weak in your methodology, you are weak in your writing, you can attend the whatever classes that we have, yeah, in research method. You can enroll yourself, yeah. It is like masters by research, but you still attend courses where you need, you need extra help, like. So we don't have masters by courses in UPNM. We don't have that. Yeah, all masters and PhD education by research, right? So which one is better? Like everything else, the first thing I think you should know yourself. Like last time, I also had to choose whether I want to do it by course or by research, and of course by research, you will be prepared. But I didn't do by research, but I can still do. I mean, get through my PhD, right? So I don't think it's like, I mean, maybe for some people, yeah, what they do during their masters by research and they bring it to their PhD. But what I did was, when doing the courses, there are certain courses which ask us to do certain assignments, like, proposals. And that was what I took to with me when I was pursuing my doctorate. So to that question, I think it's up to the individual. But if I were to choose again, yeah, if now, whether I want to do my master's in by research or by course, uh, maybe I will do it by research because I've done by course. Okay. All right. Can I? Thank you very much. Okay, can I conclude? I want to conclude it with a song. Aiman is showing signs. Say, oh, my mom is. I'm not good. Okay. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, "What will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich?" This is what she says to me. Hey, Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Hey, Sarah, Sarah, what will be, will be. Okay, students, all right. Although the song is, you can remember it. I'm sure all students know the song. I disagree with the song. Okay, as human beings with brains, yeah, we should plan. We should plan our life. Okay, and now you are at the junction whether you want to work or you want to do a master's. All right, plan, think about it thoroughly, and decide, and hold on to that decision. Yeah, when you have decided, hold on to that decision and pursue it until you succeed. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, Dr. Fatin, for having me here. Okay, students, the audiences. All right, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
All right, a million thank you to you, Dr. Norshima, for taking your time educating us regarding one of our options after degree. Now I know where I must got this singing talent from. Okay, thank you, Doctor, for an amazing sharing just now. For viewers, not to worry if your question has not been addressed yet. Inshallah, there will be another Q&A session at the end of this webinar.
Now, please don't go. Please don't go. Now, even I can sing. The show's not over. We will go into 5-minute break and then we'll continue with Miss Nurliyana with the second slot, Does Working After Degree Navigate Better Future? While you at it, please hit the like and subscribe button to our Edu YouTube channel. Welcome back. I hope everyone managed to unwind as well as I did. Now, I would like to officially welcome Miss Nurliyana binti Baudin to our webinar, Where to Next Master's Degree or Career. You may call me Lee.
And I am Najihah, but you can call me G, and we are the hosts for today.
Well, is it afternoon already? Because time does fly when you have so much fun. G, what do you do during the weekend?
Usually, I will spend my weekend finish up my assignment and spending quality time with my family.
Nurul Najihah binti Mohommad. Come on, like you said to me earlier. Be serious. Be serious. Come on, be serious.
Molly, come on. Okay, now, don't waste any more of our audience precious time. Let's introduce our second speaker, Miss Nurliyana binti Baudin. She will be talking about does working after degree navigate better future? Miss Nurliyana, the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Before that, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ala ashrafil anbiya'i wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma fa'na bima 'allamtana wa 'allimna ma yanfa'una wa zidna 'ilma wa 'idhukum bi kalimatillahi tammah min kulli syaitan wa hammah wa min kulli 'ainin Allahumma inni a'udzubika bika wa ana a'lam wa astaghfiruka lima la a'lam. So my name is Nurliyana binti Baudin. Before that, can you hear my voice? Is it clear?
Yes, clear. Sorry, Diana. Sophia Atan, do you mind muting yourself? Sophia, lupa mute.
Sorry. It's okay.
Okay,
So
Diana.
I want to share my screen, but I cannot. Can you share the slides for me? Oh, okay. Alright, thank you. Alright. So currently I'm at Bumblebee because I cannot stay in my restaurant. So many people there, my staff will disturb me. So here I am in Bumblebee street shop. So I had my coffee. Alright. So working after degree, does it navigate a better future? The answer can be both yes or no. Alright. Let me share my journey to all of you. After I completed my degree, so I did work for a month and then I received an offer to work as part-time lecturer in UiTM Kuala Pilah. So that's where I worked after I completed my bachelor degree in TESL. Alright. Not only that, I also helped my parents in their factory, bread factory. where we supply bread to KLI A1 and KLI A2. So all of my family members are chefs except me. That's the reason why I'm doing marketing for my family business. Aywa. After completed the degree, I seek to work, with UiTM Kuala Pilah. So there are three purposes of seeking job. First, you work to survive, you work to earn, and you work to learn. When your vision is to learn, so you will earn and you will survive. Understand? If you only focus on surviving, you will earn, but the chance for you to learn something will be lesser compared to when your aim to work is to learn. So when I started working, my salary was about 1,800, and then I realized that when I teach, I don't really feel the students. I don't understand so many things, because what you learn in degree is just the basic stuffs, the basic knowledge of what you are going to go through in your career world. Then I told myself I need to pursue my study. Okay, there is always a need to seek knowledge. It can be masters, it can be professional certificates, it can be anything, but you cannot stop learning. The moment you stop learning, you stop improving yourself. You start to make assumption, because in career life you need to make the right decision, and the only way to make the right decision is by having an authentic knowledge. So authentic knowledge requires you to find the experts in the field that you are working in. So I work as a lecturer, and then because there is a need for knowledge, so I pursued my master. Okay, I pursued my masters in applied linguistics. While working, I was studying as well. Okay, I was studying. And 1,800 is not enough for me to survive my life, because Kuala Pilah and Serdang is quite far. So I teach from morning until afternoon, and then in the afternoon, I took a bus, because at that time I didn't have my driving license yet. I took a bus to Seremban, and from Seremban I took KTM to Serdang, and from KTM I took a bus to UPM. So I did that every single day for the first semester. My mom and my dad, they won't allow me to continue my masters, because they say I supposed to earn money. I supposed to help the family. But then I told my mom, if I get good marks, then she has to allow me. And she said, prove to me that you can get good marks. So I got 4 flat in the first semester, and then my mom said, okay, now you can pursue your master. Then I received an offer to work in USIM, which is closer to my place, my family, my hometown. So I work in USIM. When I work in USIM, I also work in popular bookstore. Okay, because I need more money. I need more money to fund me, because my parents, they said they don't want to help, because they have so many things to buy at that time, because our factory is getting bigger, so they need to buy a lot of machines, for our family factory. Then I choose to work. Okay, it doesn't matter what you work in. It doesn't matter what kind of job you are working, as long as it is halal and you can earn some money and you can make a lot of friends, and you survive. The thing is, you need to survive. Okay, and in career world, it allows you to implement all the knowledge that you have when you do your degree. Okay, you cannot make sense now, but when you work, then you realize, oh, actually this phonetics and phonology in English helps me to understand phonetics and phonology in Quran better. Oh, because I did TESL last time, now I can teach phonetics and phonology in Quran in English. Oh, because I know what education works for, how education works to the children, to the adults, so I can develop a module that works for hyperactives and slow learners, and for the elders. You know how to implement the knowledge into the right place and to the right people. So those matters, those matter to you and to the society. All right. So you have a choice. Either you want to work online or offline. Okay, so both have products and service. Basically, I involved in both the products and also the services. Let me tell you. When I learn, when I after I completed my degree, I pursued my masters, and after that I pursued my diploma in Islamic study, and then I did my PhD in Islamic heritage halfway because of financial constraints. So I continued to study with my sheikha. I took sanad in tajweed, phonetics and phonology in Quran, and then I took another sanad from Sheikh Ahmad Kamali from Egypt, Fathur Rahman Fathur Rabbani, and then after that I did my accreditation, Mufti accreditation for Negeri Sembilan, Kuala Lumpur and Selangor. So if you ask me, we need to seek knowledge. You can label it as masters, certification, accreditation, professional field, whatever that you are involving at that time. All right, and you need to be flexible. I decided so many things in my life when I was young, but in the end, I just realized I don't have to decide too many things in my life. It makes you lost focus. Whatever that you have in front of you, you have to do it at your best. If in front of you there's an assignment to settle, so you do your assignment at your best. If in front of you there are a lot of dishes that you need to clean, you clean all of them. If your bedroom is messy, so you clean your bedroom. So that's how simple life can be. When you are working and you don't understand what you are doing, you ask for help, you seek for help. And seeking for help, seeking for knowledge can be divided into two. It can be knowledge alone or authentic knowledge. So you need to be very choosy when you choose the person who you are seeking help to. Because if you tell people your problem, but that particular person, he or she does not have the expertise to solve it, to advise you, you might or you may make a mistake. Well, you may do a wrong decision. You might make the wrong decision. So authentic knowledge matters. You need to find the expert that involved in your business. Okay, the experts that involved in the work that you are developing, the expert who understand what you are doing, and the expert who can advise you with the right knowledge. So authentic knowledge can empower your action. It helps you to make the right decision. Okay, you can skip so many stages by having the right expert, because this expert represents hundred and thousand of books that he or she already mastered. So you need to find this kind of person in your career work, if you decide to work after degree. And then when you make the right decision, when you are choosy, when you are very picky to get the knowledge, you only choose to have the authentic knowledge, not the gossip that you heard, not the assumptions, which were given by somebody. No, authentic knowledge is the knowledge which is supported by the articles, by the expert's point of view, by the data, by the graphs. You need to find that kind of knowledge in pursuing your career. Then you will empower your action. You will make the right decision. When you make the right decision, Allah will lead you to meet the right people. So you will have the right networking. And this will expand your business, your knowledge, your projects, whatever that you are doing at that time. And then you show progress. Okay, and then you will show progress, and progress should be your motivation in working. Okay, not money. When you are progressing, of course, people love you, people want to work with you, people want to do a lot of projects with you. They will give you money even if you don't want to, even you don't ask for it. So that's what I think you need to really focus on. Authentic knowledge. Everything starts with the knowledge. That's why the first revelation is Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read, seek knowledge. You cannot prostrate Allah if you do not have knowledge how to. If you do not have knowledge what is Allah, you need to seek knowledge before you prostrate Allah. Knowledge matters. That's why I always pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, please send me the authentic teachers because I need to progress. I need to progress in so many things, even the little things in my life, especially the consistency, the discipline, and many more. Okay. So it is never about profit. It is never about making money. It is about making the right action. It is about the never-ending contribution. It is about the powerful networking and good conduct. So most of my staffs in my company, what I see in them is they don't have consistency. They don't have routine. What they aim for is money. That is so wrong. When I started my career, I started with low income. And I don't mind people paying me low, because what my aim at that time was, I want to learn. I want to make friends. I want to make good friends with everyone. I experienced where my boss paid me so low, and then I told him, it's okay, I help you to develop the module for your business English course. And then I helped him, and then the module become a success. So he made a lot of money out of it. And then I told him, I cannot survive with this income, but the fact that I helped you with the module development and it was a success, I was so happy. And he said, one day if you need a job, ask me. After 2 years, I was in a very deep depression due to marriage, failed marriage, whatsoever. So I was in need of money, and I have the knowledge. I have experiences in working. So I told my boss, I told him, sir, now I'm in need of I'm in need of a job. Do you have do you want to hire me? And then he said yes, and he paid me triple than he paid me last time, about 4,000 like that. So you see, contribution matters. Consistent contribution actually defines who you are. Okay, so you need to be consistent with your vision. You need to be consistent with the good act. You need to be consistent of seeking knowledge. You need to be consistent in making making the right impact to yourself. And then you need to contribute. It is always about contribution. How you want to solve a problem in the industry, how you want to solve a problem of your staffs, how you want to solve a problem in the finance department, how you want to solve your own problem. So contribution will help you to understand yourself better, to understand either you master the knowledge that you learn or not. Because contribution defines the good action. And in contributing to someone or to a company, you sometimes feel lost. Sometimes you feel lost because is it the right contribution or is it a wrong contribution? So in order for you to decide, you need an expert. You need a person to advise you, to guide you. Okay, I'll tell you more about it. And then you need to do something continuously. You need to have routine. Okay, so it always starts with the vision, authentic knowledge, action, consistent action, and then you have a routine, then you become an expert. Let me skip this one first. I'll go back to that. So I studied in UiTM Shah Alam, and then I pursued my masters in UPM Serdang, and then I got Mufti accreditations, and then I went to Tajwid Maizi Global Academy, and then I worked in Al-Azhar Research Center, Egypt. So these are the universities that I already teach or taught. UiTM Kuala Pilah, USIM, Asian Sports Exercise College, Joe Matika University, UTM KL, DSK School of Management, KLMUC, University Islam Malacca, USM Kelantan. So some of them I teach English, and most of them I develop module for the university. I develop the course for the university. For example, like University Islam Malacca, USM Kelantan, KLMUC, DSK School of Management, I developed the phonetics and phonology course for diploma and ijazah Hajj and Umrah. Like UiTM Kuala Pilah, USIM, Asian Sports Exercise College, UTM KL, and also TQ Japanese Institute. I teach them English, proficiency, business English, study skills, English liberal arts. Alright. And I also work with the international kindies and schools where I develop modules for autism, Down syndrome, what else? Autism, Down syndrome, dyslexic. So I developed the module to learn Quran, specifically in phonetics and phonology in Quran, for Two Stars and a Wish, Islamic Child Development Center, International Integrated Tafiz, Ma'had Tafiz Mutiara Kertih, Ma'had Tafiz Al-Hashimi, Islamic International Schools like Brainy Bunch and so on and so forth. So now let me tell you, where do I get the skills? You know, most of the skills are coming from the subjects that I learned in my bachelor education, TESL. Okay, most of the subjects that I learned during my young age, you know, those contribute to my career development for today. Okay, it helps a lot. It helps a lot in so many ways. Like I never have in my head that now currently I'm teaching Quran in English to international students, to elders, to the professionals. You know, it is so amazing to think that how Allah works in regarding our provision, our life, in everything. It is so amazing to see that. So when you are seeking for a job after degree, it will navigate you to a better future, especially when you implement the knowledge that you learn. And let me tell you another thing. What I learn in TESL, it helps me to understand education. It helps me to understand people. It helps me to use the right words. Yeah, it's fine. Sekejap listen to. Can you still hear me with the noise? Okay, alright. So let me share you. These are the 3 work ethics in Islam, and these ethics were set 1400 years ago in Quran and Sunnah. First, you need to focus on yourself, and you need to focus on others and Allah. Most of the time we want to entertain our boss, but we forget to empower ourselves, which lead us to fall into depression, not only in working but also in studying. So you really need to give yourself a good knowledge. You really need to reward yourself. You really need to appreciate yourself. You really need to love yourself. You really need to understand yourself. Then you can help others. Then you know, you will understand your ultimate objective to live in this world is to serve Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So the Prophet ﷺ said, verily Allah loves that when any one of you does something, he does it perfectly. So this one we call healthy perfection. We say human can't be perfect, right? But there is a thing which we label as healthy perfection. When you have the authentic knowledge, and then you make decision based on the right knowledge. You make decision based on the right advice, based on the expert's point of view, like that. So this is the thing that I always remind myself. I cannot be perfect, but when I do things based on the right knowledge, I know that thing can bring me to another level, to another stage of life, to a better position. And to be honest, it is. With the authentic knowledge, you grow, your business grow, your restaurant become viral, like that. And then work ethic to others. This is about contribution that I told you just now. The Prophet Muhammad said, your employees are your brothers upon whom Allah has your employees are your brothers. Your employees are your brothers upon whom Allah has given you authority. So if a Muslim has another person under his control, he or she should not overburden them with what they cannot bear. And if you do so, help them in their jobs. This hadith looks so simple, but this is what I implement in my restaurant, in my academy, where I hire staff because I need them to help me to do the things that which I cannot handle. So the things that I can handle, I will not burden them. Okay, I help them. I help them to progress. I love to see my staffs getting smarter. Even if they want to quit, I love to see them quit from my company and move to a better company. And even when they say that I need better salary, I help them to get a better salary. But when they are with me, I will never overburden them with the things that they don't understand. I only give them tasks with the expertise that they have. So you know, when you do this in your career, it navigate you to a better future. Why? Because your clients love you. So when your employees love you. Why? Because you help them to progress. You know, we are living in this world with people who have emotions, you know. We live with people who have feelings. So we are not living with animals or with things. We live with people who have emotions and feelings, people who want to be appreciated, people who want to feel. So you need to help them to feel, to progress, to understand, to go through the pains in learning until they understand, until they master what they do. And when they go to another place, do you think they will forget you? No, they will pray for you. They will ask Allah to help you in whatever that you do in your life, to ease your affairs and so on and so forth, and contribute. And they will contribute more. And there are so many of my staffs, they already quit from my restaurant and they come back with better recipes. They come back with students. They come back with so many, you know, other bigger contributions. So that's why contribution matters. And then work ethic to Allah, strong intention leads to powerful action. So the Prophet ﷺ said the believer dies with his sweat on his brow. Allah already ordered us to go after rizq, bounty, wealth, and when the prayer has been concluded, disperse within the land and seek from the bounty of Allah and remember Allah often that you may succeed. My sheikha, she always tells me this. She said, whatever vision that you have in your head, those visions are coming from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Allah set things in your head. When Allah set things in your head and you can feel your visions, you should put your confidence in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, not in yourself, because you have limit. Allah does not have limit. You have limits in life. So when you put your visions in the hand of Allah and you work with the confidence that you do this for the sake of Allah, with Allah, to Allah, then Allah will make your visions to be real. And after my sheikha told me that, I told her, is it possible for me to become a sheikha? Is it possible for me to master the Quran? Is it possible for me to memorize the Quran? Is it possible for me to work on my restaurant to make it successful? Is it possible for me to get funds or grants? And my sheikha said, you leave your visions to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and then you work and make the right decision, seek help from the experts, then you become successful. And subhanallah, let me tell you, it really works. It really works on me. It really works on me. It works on my company, and we really go far. We really go far beyond what we expect to have. Allah gives us more than what we expect to have. So yes. Yeah. All right. So currently, I'm working with my family members in Boutique Roti Maria. You know, in my restaurant, Boutique Roti Maria, it is a riverside restaurant. Riverside restaurant where my family members are chefs. My mom, she's expert in masakan Melayu Jawa. My father, he's an expert in bread baking. My brother, he's an expert in artisan pizzas because he's a chef in artisan pizzas. My sister, she's an expert in cakes and pastry. And let me tell you, all of my siblings, they work after completed the degree. And when they work, they start to get confused of so many things. They start to feel that, oh, there are so many things that they are lacking in. There are so many things that they don't know. There are so many things which make them hard to make a good decision because of the limited knowledge. Then my sister, she pursued her masters in food science. Like my brother, he went for professional bread baking, professional bread baking. Oh ya Allah, oh ya. Sorry for the noise. I forgot that in coffee shop they have to clean the coffee first, and so this is the sound of coffee machine. Okay, so we work together, but when we work as family members, the kitchens are separated. My brother, his kitchen is separated from my mom, my dad, and my sister. If not, we're gonna fight. If not, we're gonna fight. Because the thing about chefs, they are big-headed people, and when people interfere in their cooking, they get angry. And when they get angry, they curse. We can't help it because that's how chefs work. Sebab tu kita ada hell kitchen. So most of the time in my restaurant, it is full house and it is hell kitchen. So many orders in a day. So that is my family business. We have this factory for almost 20 years. We supply to KLIA 1, KLIA 2 and also Petronas station. And after the MCO, our business dropped 90%. So I rebranded into delivery, bread delivery. And lastly, I rebranded into child-friendly riverside restaurant. So Boutique Roti Mara is my family restaurant. You can come over when you when you pass by Nilai because it is in Nilai. The apa tu riverside. It is near to the river. The clear river is very clean and full of fruits trees. We have rambutans, durians, bananas, papayas, and we also have what we call it, pulasan, and many others. And for my business, I developed Brain Gym Tajweed. Brain Gym Tajweed is the method to learn Quran, because when I learn TESL in English, we have 4 sets of skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So the higher your reading skills, the higher your ability to write well in academic paper. The higher your listening skill, the higher your ability to speak. When I look into Quran modules, I realize that they don't have listening skill. That's why even though 90% of Malaysian students got A in Tajweed, but they cannot recite the Quran sufficiently. One of the reason because they don't have listening skill assessment. They don't have the listening skills module. See, where do I get those? From TESL. Because we have 4 sets of skills. So what I did, I developed the listening skills tools for phonetics and phonology in Quran, where I use movements. Every sound have a movement. Every sounds in Tajweed have movements. So it helps the hyperactives and slow learners to learn Quran. And subhanallah, it works. A lot of hyperactives and slow learner students of mine, they manage to read the Quran. They manage to read sufficiently. And this, do you think I work this by myself? No. I work with the muftis, I work with the sheikhas, the mashayikh. And because of Brain Gym, I experienced, going to so many international events like the Straight Path Junior, the Straight Path Convention, and then Twins of Faith, with a lot of international speakers like Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim, Imam Al-Monji, Noman Ali Khan, Yasmin Mujahid, who else? The scholars from Indonesia. And with this book, after I published the book, I managed to enter a lot of international bookstores, and subhanallah, it works for so many people. And then the ministry said that they want to make the module that I work on as subject in degree, Quran and Sunnah degree course, and also diploma and also degree of Hajj and Umrah for the Mutawif and Mutawifah who bring people to perform Hajj and Umrah in Haramain. And I also work in private company now because my full-time job is teaching Quran and also working in my restaurant. So I only choose to work in 2 universities. Number one is Tokyo Japanese Institute. I teach the JPA scholars to Japan, English Liberal Arts, and in KLMUC and also University Islam Melaka, I teach them business English and also English Liberal Arts. So you see, the question that you asked me just now, working after degree, does it navigate to a better life? Yes, when you have the right knowledge, when you have the authentic knowledge. Okay, so I repeat, this is my restaurant. It's Riverside Restaurant. I have every day I have a lot of children coming to my restaurant. I use this, I use this Riverside as a place to activate the sensory motor skills of the children, and I promote it. I promote it as a place to learn about fruits, trees, animals, and also to have good food. In my restaurant, we don't have the additional MSG. All ingredients are original. And you know, my family members, they are the chefs where when they buy the ingredients, they choose the meat, they choose the chicken. Every day they go to the market. They are that kind of chefs. They are not the chefs who ordered online. Oh, I want to order 10 chickens. I want to order 10 kgs of meat. No, they will choose. They will hold the chicken. They will look. That kind of chefs. It's either my brother, my mom, my dad, or my sister. All of them, they are very critical in choosing the ingredients. Okay, they are very critical in choosing their ingredients, and I think because of that, I think I have the same quality, but not in cooking, but in doing marketing, in teaching my students. So I have that kind of attitude as well. I choose my teacher, I choose my students. I don't teach everyone. I only teach people who want to teach. Okay, when you become an expert, you don't teach everyone. You only teach people who want to learn. You only teach people who want to progress, because you cannot control people's performance. You know, there are 3 things which are not decided by you. Number one, your provision, rezeki, and then your soulmate, jodoh. Okay, and then your life and death. You cannot decide when you're going to live and when you're going to die. So these 3 things are the things that I try to ignore. I try to ignore those because I know I cannot decide all of them. So when I receive students who want to learn, and I ask them, do you want to learn? Either they are autism or Down syndrome or dyslexic. When the student say, yes, I want to learn, I will teach him or her, no matter how long it will take. I will tell my students it's not about the time frame. It's about your intention. When you want to learn, even if it takes 5 years to teach you, I'll teach you until you can recite the Quran properly. I'll teach you. I listen to your recitation until your recitation is getting better. Okay, so that's the reason why most of my students, you know, they do not feel stressed because I don't put the time frame. Because I don't teach normal students like you. I teach students with learning disabilities. And the same thing goes to elders. Most of my students, elder students, they are 70 years old, 75 years old, 80 years old, you know. And they always told me this. They said, Ustazah, I'm going to die soon. I cannot read Quran properly. And I don't think I can even recite it with sufficient sounds. I said, do you want to? He said, yes, I want to recite Quran properly. I want to recite Quran sufficient sound. That's enough. Don't think about when and how. Okay? I know how to teach you, and you just have to learn and recite consistently. Okay, consistently. So I empower their listening skills, and subhanallah, some of my students, I have 80 years old student. She took about 3 years to recite Quran with sufficient sounds. Subhanallah, you see, age is just a number. Your intention matters. Age is just a number. Your ability, your talents, your look, your money, those are coming from Allah, and at any time, Allah will take them from you. Ya Allah will take them from you, and takkan nak tunggu until Allah take everything from you, then you want to feel that you're the servant of Allah. So you need to agree, and you need to tell Allah, oh Allah, everything that I own today, everything is belong to you. I own nothing. Please help lead me to a better life. Please lead me to the better me. Lead me to the better, better networking, better business, better future, better place, like that. So you always need to ask Allah for what you want. And I also involved in so many.
Assalamualaikum, Miss Nurliyana. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we are short on time. May you recap what left of your slides?
Okay,
Sorry,
this is the
Miss.
last slide, inshallah.
All right, thank you.
In conclusion, whatever that you want to do in your life, when it is halal, do it. Okay, when you need money, work. Even when you are doing your degree now, right now, when you need money, you can work anywhere. Tea life, coffee shop. Don't think about what people think about you. Don't think about their expectation. You know what you need. So chase your dreams. Never let anyone steal your dreams. You want to pursue your study, go pursue your study. You don't have money, find money. Don't say things and do nothing. Whatever that you say must come with the right action, must come with responsibility. Whatever that you say must come with responsibility. Whatever that you write must come with responsibility. You need to be responsible with your life. You need to love your life, appreciate your life, do whatever that you want to do in your life. When you say, I tak nak buat master, kawannya cakap, I want to do masters, follow your heart. What you want to do, you know what you want. Okay, don't follow people's steps, other steps. It's your life. You own it. You are what you read. You are what you talk. You are what you write. You are who you are. So choose good books to read every day. You must read books every day in order to be successful. I agree with it 100% because most of my successful friends, they read good book every single day. Read, empower your reading skills, empower your listening skills. Listen to good talks, listen to knowledge, try to lessen gossips. Don't listen of too much gossips. It will develop your character. And lastly, thank you so much for inviting me. I hope that my sharing helps you to understand the topic better. I hope that my sharing can contribute something to your understanding about what life after degree is all about, like that. May Allah bless all of you with abundance of rizq and happiness in this world till the hereafter. May Allah makes you amazing people in this life till the hereafter. May Allah, forgive all of our sins and give us Jannah in this life till the hereafter. Jazakumullah khairan kathira everyone for having me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Many thanks to the speaker for such an eye-opening session just now. Lee, is everything clear? Because you seem confused.
Wait, how do you know, G?
Oh, it's magic. And from your confused face too. For the audience at home, if you are in the same boat as Fadzli, post your question in the YouTube comment section and we will direct it to either of the speakers.
Now, the first question is of course, for our second speaker. Now, with the current emerging issue of unemployment for fresh graduate, do you think it is best for students to choose working after degree?
This is what I want to tell you. You know, after the MCO, all the business English textbook macam tak relevant, you know, because the way the owner of the business thing transformed almost 60 to 70%. So this is my advice. Either you want to pursue your masters or not, start working. Start working. Get any kind of job. Get experience because people want to see your experience. Be kind. Show good etiquette. Help people. Like I told you, it's not about money all the time. It's about how you want to develop your skills, how you want to implement your knowledge. Once you can feel your knowledge, once you have good action, once you have good routine, you will go higher. About the salary, now you don't have to worry. Government set 1,500 minimum salary. I think it's enough for a single person unless if you get married at young age. So it will be so both of you, the husband and wife, need to work. Still you get 3,000 if both of you work. You see, minimum salary. About don't think too much about what kind of house you want to buy when you work with 1,500. Crazy, right? Think about how you are going to survive, what you're going to learn. Make a good connection with your boss. Learn from him or her. Even if he or her does they, even if your boss, you think that they are not that how to say, they are not educated enough for you to still respect him or her. So for me, working is necessary now. Okay, because even if you have masters, you will start your salary with 1,500 unless if you work in education industry. But still, uh, life is challenging these days, you know. When you have the opportunity, don't wait until you get the salary that you want. Work and wait. Work and ask for better jobs like that. Inshallah.
Thank you, Ms. Nurliyana. See you guys here. If you want to work, you must focus on work, focus on your ethic. Thank you.
All right. So we have another question. Wait. Maybe Ms. Nurliyana also would like to answer this. Was it hard juggling between studies and work?
I choose to work in the field that I study. So basically it's fun. It's fun. I only study what I work. I don't study the things that I don't do. Okay. If you work, for example, if you are in food industry and then you study mathematics, gila lah, memang tak lah macam tu. So like, I work in education industry. I work in Quran field. I study Quran. I improve myself. My students love me. My teacher loves me. I'm happy. I'm happier than before, you know. So when you want to work and you want to study what you are working. So for example, if you are working in McDonald's, simple McDonald's, and then you study customer service. Because you are in McDonald's and they are looking for customer service expert, and you say I'm doing my master's in customer service. Oh, you are promoted directly. Seriously. So you see, you need to study what you are working, what you are doing. For example, now I'm having a restaurant, right? So during MCO, Harvard and Oxford open free course. All courses are free online. So I took restaurant management because I don't have classes to teach because people stay at home. So what I did, I learned restaurant management, and in the same time I also learned hyperactive education like that. So after MCO over, when the opportunity comes, I have the knowledge. Do you think people will block me from getting the job? No. They search for me, they want me, they pay me. I don't ask for money. They pay me. So you work what you are working. You work in the area that you are dealing with, you are working with. So that's my advice. So you be happy. You will not stress. You will not experience hair loss and everything. You feel happy and you feel prettier like that.
Yes, I agree with Ms. Nurliyana. When we have passion in something, we will enjoy it, right? So maybe maybe our first speaker we can answer this next question, which is this question is, I've seen some people who were so passionate to pursue their master's degree, but they quit halfway. And to me, it's quite shocking. My question is, what is the biggest challenge we will face if we pursue master's degree? So, Dr. Norshima, are you here?
Hi, hello again, students. Firstly, thank you, Cik Liana. It is so awesome, yeah, having BED student who has proven, yeah, to succeed in her work. Okay, to the question, what is the greatest challenge of pursuing a master's degree? It depends, yeah. If you are single and not doing anything, you will not have challenges like, time management. Although some single people do have a challenge in that area. When I was doing my master's, I was already with 3 kids, but I do not like to say kids give me challenges. Yeah, they should be motivating me more, which they did actually, because every time I was pregnant, I was studying. So I always tell myself, right, may this child in me have this passion to study. Yeah, may he or she be clever when I give birth to them. All right. My challenge when I was doing my master's, similar to Cik Liana just now, because I was staying in Purun, right? So I had to attend classes. So I did take the same KTM and buses to go to Serdang. And every time I pass Serdang now, it will remind me of my challenges of getting there. And there was this one time where Aiman was still small. The sister, she was still a baby, and my husband was away, and I have to travel. And we stopped by the roadside. That was around 3 a.m. in the morning because the baby was crying, and I had to recite Ayat Kursi. I will never forget that. Yeah, the hardship of, like, going for exam, then suddenly my brother-in-law was supposed to send me, he forgot the car keys, and I had to run to somebody else's houses to tumpang untuk pergi UPM for the exams, right? So you may find other challenges. So it depends on the individual, right? Maybe because you didn't revise, yeah, you are challenged by not being able to do well for the masters, or because you are not consistent, you don't ask help from your supervisors, and then when it's time for you to present, you don't present well. Yeah, like I said, don't put money as a challenge. Yeah, if you want, of course you will get it in any way. And what are the challenges? I think it depends on the individual, whether you really want. Yeah, you really want. If you really want it, anything is possible. All right? Okay.
Right. True. If we really truly have the passion, we must strive to get what we want. Now, this question can be answered for either speaker, either for Miss Nurliyana or Dr. Norshima. Now, the question is it preferable to pursue master degree in the same course as your bachelor degree, or is it better to diverge? For Miss Liana, for her maybe to diverge because you get to more, much more different thing. You and if you may answer now.
Pursuing masters depends on what kind of career that you choose. If you want to work in education sector, you need to pursue your education. You need to, because you are in education field. Without the, how can you grow your career if you teach and you don't learn? So your knowledge box will drain if you keep giving. So you need to feel, you need to study, pursue in the career that you are working in. Same in anything, If you're baking, you teach people how to bake. People become an expert, but you don't learn. So you become drained. Draining is not a good thing in education, in learning, in life. Because when you are drained, you feel empty, you feel useless, you start to sabotage yourself. You cannot do that to yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to learn. That's why if you're lazy, you cannot, if you want to be in a comfortable zone, don't learn. Be comfortable. Stay in the same way, but don't complain. I want this, I want that. You cannot complain. You can only progress when you are in uncomfortable zone. Like right now, I'm a single mom. I have 2 sons. You know, I fight for my children custody. I need to work. I need to take care of my children. I need to take care of my business. At night, I need to attend classes. I know what I want, even though it is so depressing. Even though sometimes you feel demotivated, but you know the limit. You cannot cry all the time. You set time 2 hours crying and then stop, and then you do your work. You have limit. You have vision in life. People will mess around with you, but you need to know what you need. So for me, if you take any kind of master's course, it doesn't matter as long as it relates to your vision. Okay, it relates to your vision. Ada je orang engineer, dia ambil bidang doktor. Sebab bapak dia nak jadi engineer, tapi dia nak jadi doktor. Faham tak? It's all about your vision. Sometimes in life you sacrifice your parents for your parents, and then after they get what they want, then you pursue your dreams because you respect them enough for raising you like that. So it depends on you. Tapi jangan ikut orang lah. Ikut apa yang you mampu. You kena tahu what is your ability. Can you bear the pains? Like Dr. Norshima said just now, it is painful to be successful. It is painful to be intellect. It is painful to hold a responsibility. But if you don't like pains, don't talk about success. Because in order to be successful, you need to appreciate the pains. You need to appreciate the struggles that you have. You need to appreciate all the challenges. Those are the present from Allah SWT to test you before He give you what you want. Do you want it? If you say yes, but you don't want the pains, bullshit. You are lying to yourself. You don't want to face the pains, but you want success. What is that? Are you God? You're not God. You're the servant of Allah. So be a good servant. Thank you.
Can I add something to that? Okay, all right. It's when you do your masters, right? You get one higher level than what you are doing in your degree. You learn a lot of things while doing your B.Ed TESL. You have, like I said, you have phonetics, terminology. That's my favorite. All right. You have, social linguistic, intercultural communication, and others, right? So when you do your masters, you sort of decide what you want to do and what you want to work in what field. Maybe if I don't want to work with education organization, or I don't want to work under anybody, I want to have a business of my own, let's say translation, editing, proofreading company. So I too have my own company, which I do academic writing, proofreading, things like that. So if I want to do that, so I will focus when doing my masters, I will go on the field. I will do maybe phonetics and phonology. Yeah. If I want to join Astro, I want to join a TV network company, maybe I should go for something which is like communication, something closer to communication like that. So that's why the degree will allow you to, lift yourself to certain subjects or another level of your degree. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. I think both of you have answered the question very well. Just now, I think we have last question. So either of the speaker can answer this. Assalamualaikum and hi. I want to ask what type of requirements that we must have to continue our study to master level.
For me, you need to have money lah. You need to have money. Masters during our time, right? It's not that expensive like today. Today it is so expensive. And last time we have a lot of funds for people who want to pursue the masters and PhD. But because of a lot of cases in KPM where master students they do work, they get the grants but they don't work in Malaysia. Most of them they get the grants and then they work in another country. So there's so many issues, but the thing is get the grants. There's so many ways to get grants or scholarship for your masters, or if you want to self-fund, you can self-fund. It's easy to register masters these days because currently I think our country, other countries in the world, they make education as business. As long as you have money, you can pursue study. I quit my PhD because of money constraints, financial constraints. It's so hard to get fund for my PhD at that time. So money matters, yeah, doctor. If you have money and you have financial support, you can go for masters. IELTS, TOEFL, international English certification to allow you. Or if you pursue in Quran, PhD, you need to have Arabic language. You need to have, there are criteria. When you want to pursue your masters, you have to study and look into the details. Different university have different needs or demands for the students. Yeah, that's what I think. I am so sad that I am not that rich that I can fund myself for my PhD like that, because I need to fund for my children education. But I told my children, once you grow older, like you're 18, I want to continue my PhD. So because now I need to find my children. They are both of my children, both boys, 4 years old and 6 years old. So I use all my fund to send them to school. So for me, the thing that I struggle with in continuing study is money. Yes.
Okay, can I say something about that? Okay, we have so many things in common, Liana. See, I'm also a single parent. I'm also a single mother, and I have 5 children. All right, but like I said earlier, right, to be better, yeah, money will come, right? Niat tu, right? I have students. I have students not under me. She has difficulty, and she told the supervisor, and the supervisor sort of asked anyone wants to sponsor. And in Malaysia, insyaAllah, ramai pemurah, yeah, for a good cause. I want to do an activity, and all I have to say, although the money does not come through me, from me, I just tell. And there are things such as crowdfunding. You want to, you sort of put it on social media and people will donate. So, and we have my brain also, from the government. That's why I say, because when I was doing my study, memang that is a problem, but a problem will only be a problem if we take it as a problem. If I say I always brush off, no, that's not a problem. It's not a problem, and then the money will come. Yeah. niat baik kan, nak belajar tu baik, is something very good. And answering the questions, I think all universities have their own requirements where masters is concerned. Yeah, and what type of masters they are offering, by coursework, by research, even in fact the value, how much you have to pay also differ. And of course it differs according to the masters itself. You are do a masters in education compared to masters in something chemistry or engineering. That engineering is lagi mahal from masters in education. All right, thank you.
I would say that is a very productive Q&A session. I came with multiple tangled thread and now everything is crystal clear. Like the river at Miss Nurliyana shop. I hope all of the audience feel the same way too. Now, before we end our webinar, on behalf of our class, we would like to thank both speakers. Your experience and skill speak for itself. There are so many new things all of us have learned today.
To keep this good mood as a memory, Dr. Norshima and Ms. Nurliyana, will you mind taking a couple picture with us? And in the meantime, the second Google Form link has been posted in the YouTube comment section and also in our Telegram group channel. Don't forget it, if not, you just wasted your time and you will not get any certificate. Okay, ready everyone? 1, 2. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Fuyo! Those are some awesome pictures. We will be sure to send the prettiest copy to both Dr. Norshima and Ms. Nurliyana.
Now, I think it is the best time to end this informative webinar. But before we do that, let us take a moment to listen and recite the well-known Doa Rabita by Hijaz. And to those of other faiths, you may take your time to meditate or have a moment of silence.